Hey guys, I'm going to quickly be covering the route that I intend to use for the Season 1 start on my solo Sorceress. Keep in mind that this won't be the most hardcore viable strategy, due to the fact that you'll be resetting dungeons frequently, which means that you may encounter the Butcher from time to time, you'll be doing the Capstone underleveled, and you'll also be doing the Cordragon pull pretty undergeared, which can be very sketchy. It may not be the best for group play either, due to the fact that everyone's going to need to be splitting off into different directions to collect different aspects, and the monster HP scaling also might mean that your damage will fall off a little bit. I will leave some builds in the description that you can check out, but outside of that, this is mostly going to be focused on the route itself. Now starting off with the route, we go from Kjolvashad down to Yelesna. We're going to focus on clearing this event here, collecting any materials along the way, and also just killing monsters in big densities. This is going to be the general rule of thumb when going from point A to point B to point C. After getting to Yelesna, it's then over to Dead Man's Dredge. We'll complete the event on the right here, and then enter Dead Man's Dredge and complete that. Afterwards we go to Kjolvashad, and then it's down to Nevesk. But on the way, you can veer off left here, kill a couple of monsters here, do this event in this big area, kill a couple of monsters along the outskirts on the left side and the bottom part here, and then work your way to Nevesk. Once you reach Nevesk, it's then off to Lost Archives. We live here from about level 8 until 30, and in between that time you want to clear the boss for the aspect, and then also do your enchant quest as soon as you hit level 15. You want to make use of the reset dungeons feature, if it works. If it doesn't work, the backup strategy is to leave the dungeon, wait about 2 to 3 seconds, and then leave the game, because when you're outside the dungeon and you leave immediately, you might get ported back to Kjolvashad. Before level 15 we'll be using mostly Chain Lightning and Arclash, and then afterwards we'll be using a mix between Arclash, just for a little bit of movement speed, Firewall and Fireball enchant. So the idea is basically to drop Firewall on the ground using Mage's Firewall. They continue burning for 3 seconds. That generally kills a lot of the trash stuff that just follows you around. And then you also want to try and group up all of the trash around elites, blow them up with Frost Nova, and also blow them up using Inferno. After completing Lost Archives and getting to level 30, we then want to respec into Ice Shards, equip our Piercing Cold, and then start focusing on some of these other dungeons that you'll see on the screen here. We've already completed the first 2, so you can take a quick screenshot here or pause the video if you want to, whichever one you prefer. But it's really up to you which order you do these dungeons in, but you just follow the same general rule of thumb, picking up some waypoints along the way if you want to. It's worth noting that you do have to complete a stronghold or 2 for some of these, like Eraman's Pyre down here for Oblivion, and Ruins of Karayisu for Pallid Delve. But the order in which you do these is up to you. I would prioritize getting Control and Prodigies online as soon as possible, but then after that, it's pretty much entirely up to you. Once you've completed all the aspects, you want to put them on the highest pieces of gear that you have, and then it's off to doing Cordragon farm pretty much until you're ready for Capstone, which is generally going to be around anywhere between 38 and maybe like 42 or something, depending on your skill level. Maybe a little bit higher if you're struggling just a little bit in terms of gear as well. After we've completed the Capstone, we then go to T3, and then it's pretty much back to Cordragon, doing the exact same thing until you're ready for the T4 Capstone. And that pretty much sums up the route. After you get into T4, the world's your oyster. You can pretty much do whatever you want. From this point, I think I'm probably going to focus a little bit on doing a mix between Helltides and probably starting up Nightmare Dungeons if my class is online. But you want to try your best to find as many gear upgrades as possible, particularly the staff if you can, and work your way from there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot, and thank you so much. I hope to see you in the next video, guys. Thank you.